I'm Ainsley.
And I'm Lucas. And we are
Scream Queenie.
And today we got a part one of a two-part couple of special episodes for you guys here on Scream Queenie. Recently we had the opportunity to attend a convention, or icon as they call them, close to us in Sherwood, Arkansas. It was called the Not Just Another Comic-Con. It was Ainsley's first con, right?
It was.
We had a blast. We got to interview a lot of people, talk to some people that were kind of just walking around, talk to some vendors, got to talk to the gentleman who runs the con and puts it together and everything. We are going to show you guys some of those interviews today, so we hope you enjoy it. Hey, we're here at Not Another Comic-Con in Sherwood, Arkansas, and so talking to some of my friends over here that I meet up with at Kapow quite a bit. And we're going to ask them some questions. This is Craig and Sean. And do you guys want to tell them a little bit about like what you guys are doing here first off? But then also we want to you guys to talk about the content that you guys create too. So.
Oh, sure. We're here promoting our YouTube channel, Bearded Capper Productions, specifically me and Craig's podcast, Macabre Matinee, as well as selling off some of my nice collectibles that I just accumulated way too much of in my own home.
We'll get a shot of that here in a minute when we get done. Like, I'll get a shot of it for everybody and they can see. Is there a website or something they can go to check you guys out?
Bearded Kappa Productions on YouTube. Like I said, me and Craig show specifically Macabre Matinee on that channel. Yeah. But I do a lot of content on that YouTube. Definitely.
I know you do a lot of video game stuff and you do some other stuff. So, all right. And Craig, what are you doing hanging out with this guy?
We started a podcast a while back together called Southern Fried Geekery Podcast, which is a comic book podcast. Sean has moved on to other things, and Sean and I created our new one, Macabre Matinee, as we've said a few times, that we really enjoy. It's a horror film podcast. So.
Yes, sir. Well, we obviously do a horror film, like a YouTube channel that we have called Scream Queenie. So we wanted to like just get some information from people around here, like what do you think? What is your favorite scary movie? I'll ask Craig first, then I'll ask Sean.
I would say Halloween, the original 1978 version.
Great movie.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite.
And yours?
Oh, Friday the 13th, 1980.
Oh, also very, very good. Classic, guys. So what do you think is the scariest movie you've ever seen? See, this is where we're going to get.
Oh, wow. Scariest movie I've ever seen. Maybe The Thing, John Carpenter.
Okay, all right. And for you?
Well, personally, it's arachnophobia because I hate them spiders. but honestly, like I still think one of the creepiest movies was the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, yeah, that one was really good.
I can't remember the exact year, but just the grittiness and just the what they worked with, they made just.
Wasn't it like 77, 78, somewhere in there? Yeah.
Like the suspense and creepiness they made of that movie was just still unmatched.
It was before 78 because that's when Halloween came out, and it predecessed Halloween. So.
Right.
All right, so last question for you guys. What is the worst horror movie that you've ever seen?
Definitely Leprechauns in Space.
Okay. I almost feel like we need to add that to the Wheel of Death just because he said it was so bad. What do you think?
Have you seen the Leprechaun movies?
Yes, I know Leprechaun, yeah.
Yeah, so Leprechaun in Space is by far the worst of that series, which therefore makes it the worst of all the movies.
And for you?
Do we consider Sharknado a horror movie?
I mean, it tries to be, right?
Because that would be up there, but like maybe a more traditional bad horror film.
Yeah.
Man, considering what we went over last time, Freddy's Dead.
Okay.
Oh, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That might be one of the worst films ever made in general, but definitely in the horror spectrum.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, check out the guys from Macabre Matinee. Every Friday you guys have content coming out, is that right? Usually every other Friday, I apologize. Every other Friday they have content coming out, so check them out. And we are wanting to try to do some kind of thing where we team up on something at some point. It needs to be a big thing, but like we definitely want to do something with you guys. So thank you guys for hanging out with us and answer our questions and hanging out at Not Another Comic-Con.
Yeah, for sure.
We're still here at Not Just Another Comic-Con in Sherwood, and Ainsley and I are just kind of going around and talking with some of the vendors and seeing what they're doing, and then ask them a couple of questions. So, what's your name, sir?
My name is Jake Jackson.
And you are here because?
We're trying to sell our comic book and some of my original artwork.
All right, would you like to show some of that real quick?
Sure.
Let's show some of it so we can Yes.
We released a comic book called Vengeance.
Yeah, I'll get it up there.
We have 3 different covers. This is the one that I did.
Uh-huh.
One by Sean Litton.
Definitely. We just interviewed him not too long ago, so yeah.
He's here with us today. And one by Travis Starling.
That one's really cool
Yeah,
too.
this is my
I'm
favorite
gonna have to get all 3 of them. I think I donated, so I got the Sean one. But so do you want to show some of your artwork too, sir?
So since the new Masters of the Universe.
Oh yeah, the Revelations came out. Yeah, on Netflix. Yeah.
This is a Skeletor.
Oh, that's amazing, man.
I did.
Yeah, it's really good.
And an Orko.
Oh, he's my favorite. Orko, love Orko. He doesn't get a lot of play, but I like Orko a whole lot. He's an underrated character, I feel like.
He's a very important one.
Definitely. So, is there a place where they can go to like find your stuff, like online?
Yes, you can go to Instagram at Jake Jackson Art and Original Geek Comics. That's what I'll know right now. But yeah, that's
Okay, and as far as the I mean, you guys are still like have your Kickstarter campaign going for Vengeance and stuff. So where can they go for that? Because I haven't got to read the book because I just got it, but I'm excited about reading that.
So they can go to Kickstarter.com and just search Vengeance, or if you're in the area, it'll come up as one of the Kickstarters that are local.
Okay.
And you can find it. You'll find this cover, so just follow that image and you'll get there.
So we do horror content, and so are you a horror fan?
I'm not as much as I used to be when I was younger.
Okay, but you can probably answer our questions. So we have
Sure.
3 questions that we're asking everyone.
Okay.
The first one is what is your favorite horror film?
I think Salem's Lot from the 70s. I don't remember what year it was, but that was probably one that scared the living
bejesus out
out of me when I was younger.
Okay, so is that your favorite or is that the scariest one?
That's my favorite one.
Okay.
Yeah,
So what do you think is the scariest?
The scariest one, I think the original Friday the 13th were scary just because of the fact that the stalker was always coming to, he could pop up at any time, you know. It wasn't as gory as some of the ones today, but that one scared me because he was always lurking somewhere and you never knew when he was going to show up. And of course the
I mean, the way that they had that so have you heard though that what it's supposed to be saying is like kill, mom, kill, mom,
I did not
mom.
know that.
Yes, that's what they say it's supposed to be saying, which makes sense, right? Because the mother's the original killer. So.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
So what is the worst horror film you've ever seen?
The worst horror movie I have ever seen. It would probably have to be one of the later Nightmare on Elm Streets. I think that would probably. I think like the Dream Warriors one. I thought was a little cheesy.
Well, Jake, thanks for talking with us. We appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thanks
and we hope your comic does well. I'm going to keep on donating to the Kickstarter as you guys get the issues out. So, and I also heard you guys were going to be doing a horror.
So we're working on some books, and the the collection is going to be called A Backwoods Gothic.
Yeah.
And we're going to do stories that incorporate some of the Arkansas monsters, like the Ozark Howler, the Goro monster, the Falk monster from Legend of Boggy Creek.
Oh, definitely.
The Wampus Cat, Gurdon Lights, all the ghost stories and
the local lore, if you will.
Lore. Yeah. So we're gonna try to get that going too. So it's gonna be a fun project.
All right. Well, thank you, Jake. We appreciate you.
What's
up, guys? We're still here at Not Just Another Comic-Con, and we are with the lady and gentleman from Natural State Paranormal. Full disclosure, James and I are in band together. Also, he does all of our editing for our show, so if you see anything cool on here, it's probably because of him. Now, we've been asking questions, and so some of those questions are, first off, we'll start with you, Anna. What is your favorite scary movie?
Oh, God. I can't. I have tried to do this before. I can't just...
What's your favorite genre? Like slasher, ghost, witch?
Torture, gore?
It's usually like demonic or like... psychological. Or,
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And for you?
I'm the same, but I think probably the most influential horror series of my life is probably the Nightmare on Elm Street series.
Okay, so just like all of them.
Yeah, because when I was a kid, it really terrified me, and it was like a really big part of my life. Actually, overcoming that fear. I don't know. I'd say like more modern, probably the Saw series.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I love the Saw series. So, what is the scariest movie you've ever seen?
The scariest movie?
Yeah.
One of the first scary movies that I can think of that like impacted me was The Shining. So, yeah.
Classic Jack Nicholson.
Yeah,
there.
of course.
All right, and James, for you?
The scariest movie?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it's actually, I don't know if it's still on Netflix or not, but it was a movie and it wasn't in English, it was in Spanish, and it had English subtitles, and it was called Veronica.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen that movie.
We have not.
It is terrifying.
But it sounds like I need to watch it. Will of Death, here we come. So the last question that we have been asking is, what is the worst horror film you've ever seen?
Oh, I know exactly which one. You know.
Yeah, I know that it is the one that James put me through. But I don't remember the name because that's how, like,
Wait,
you blocked
was it the worst or was it the best though?
It was the worst.
I'm thinking about the Nicolas Cage movie.
Oh my God, yes. What was that called though?
Oh God, it just came out.
Okay, so it's Nick Cage and he's like fighting like animatronics in
My
a
phone is right
like
there. I don't have my.
like a kind of like a Chuck E. Cheese type of situation.
Do you know Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yeah,
Yes, I know
that,
what the
yeah,
name
yeah.
is. Yeah.
So it's basically that in real life, and Nicolas Cage is killing all the robots.
And also just to like put this out there, he doesn't say one word.
In the whole movie,
In the
he has
whole
no lines. He didn't say anything.
It's just classic Nick Cage face.
It was called Willy's Wonderland.
Willy's Wonderland. Yeah,
It just came out,
check
too.
it out.
Like in the last.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like month or
Worst.
maybe. Yeah.
What did you guys watch it on? Because that's like what we.
What did we watch it on?
I mean,
It wasn't Netflix. I think it was like Hulu.
Oh, we're horrible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
so
Can't.
James, is the same for you?
Blocked it all out.
Willy's Wonderland. Now we got Will of Death. Here we come. Has there ever been one that you feel like wasted your time?
Look, there's a lot that have wasted my time, but I don't remember the names of any of them. I don't. There's too many. I watch so many, and they're just awful. And that's
How about
great.
Unfriended?
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
Unfriended is kind of.
that. I like that movie.
I do too.
I like it.
Sorry.
Why? What problems did you have with it?
It's just the premise
Of what?
of all of it, like the acting, the premise, the entire
I mean,
like,
you're
subject of the whole
You're not
thing.
in a horror film. You're not looking for an Oscar. I mean, an Oscar-winning performance. All right. Well, thanks, guys. Check out Natural State Paranormal. Check out their links. You guys have Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, Patreon, OnlyFans.
But check them out. They're our friends. We enjoy them. And yeah. So thanks for talking with us. And
Thank
we're gonna
you.
Go around try to talk with some other people.
Sweet.
All right. Hey guys, we're still here at Not Just Another Comic-Con. And what was your name, sir? I'm sorry.
Larry Lilly.
Larry. All right. Well, Larry, we do a horror podcast review. We review horror content. We do comic books. We do a lot of cool stuff like that. A lot of movies, obviously. But so we've been going around and just asking some of your vendors out here and just some of the people, like, what is their favorite scary movie, like horror film?
Okay, I guess my favorite scary movie, actually the one that got me with a good jump scare was the original Cat People.
Okay.
The black and white. Actually, the scene that with the jump scare actually has a name. I can't think of the name of the particular genre trope it is now, but
Oh, definitely.
there's a scene with a bus and the steam exhaust comes out of the bus. Just it's dead quiet until that point, and it's just
So there was a scene that really hit you really hard.
Right.
Okay, I got you. So what we do is we have a wheel of death, we call it, and so we spin it, and then
Well.
whatever movie it lands on. So we're probably going to put that on there because I haven't seen it. Have you seen this movie?
It's the original Cat People from,
Okay.
I think, 1943, I think.
We're always into trying to watch things we haven't seen and get in classic things and stuff. So definitely that sounds like something different that we could do. So the next thing that we've been asking everyone is, what is your favorite horror movie?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay, so like the whole series or the original?
The original.
Okay, obviously not the one with Rorschach in it, right?
Oh, definitely.
All right, and so the last question that we've been asking everyone before we get some information about what you're doing around here is, what is the worst horror film you've ever seen?
I guess we could say the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, just because.
And the thing is, the thing I hate about it is because I love Jackie Earle Haley.
Right.
Like Jackie Earle Haley is phenomenal, but like they just did not do what they needed to do with that movie. Everything that they could have done wrong with it, they did, besides casting him as Freddy.
Right,
so.
but they were big shoes to fill, literally.
Oh, definitely. I mean, they probably could have brought Robert Englund back for that one too. I mean, and done just fine with it, that's, in my opinion. So we've got the con here. So can you tell us a little bit about how long you've been doing this and?
Well, I started in 2016.
Yes, sir.
So this is my fourth show because last year we didn't do
COVID year. Gotcha. We don't count that.
Yeah.
It's a different timeline.
And I saw a void in the Central Arkansas area. We have anime cons and straight up comic cons, but nobody was bringing in the horror guests.
I got you.
I wanted to fill that void, and somebody's having a birthday.
That's fine. See, even you need people to have birthdays here too. So that's
yes, it's great.
So you've been doing this for 5 years, but
approximately, yes.
Obviously last year wasn't canon, so we don't count.
Right. Okay. We don't.
Yeah. So, like, what is your goal to do? I know you were saying that like you wanted to have the horror genre kind of have a representation here within Central Arkansas. What is your like vision for it, and like what would be like your goal or what you would like to see, or is there some kind of guest that like your ultimate guest to be able to bring in at some point or something?
Well, my ultimate guest would be Robert Englund.
Oh, definitely,
yes.
yeah.
Maybe Kane Hodder.
Oh, definitely, yeah. So, and like, what are you like wanting to stay in the same facility? Are you wanting to expound from here? What are you wanting to do?
Well, for right now, this fits us really well.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you letting us come out and appreciate you talking with us. Hey guys, we're out at not just another Comic-Con here in Sherwood. Ainsley and I are, and so we are talking with one of the visitors out here, I guess. So, what are you out here doing? Your name's Ray.
Ray. I actually have a friend whose parents have a booth here. They sell like haunted painted dolls, and they're just really neat. So so we're just here as a group of friends for his birthday. So I just think
is that who was singing Happy Birthday a minute ago?
Yeah, that was us.
All right, so what we do is we have a show where we review horror content. We do movies, we do like comic books. We're going to do some books. There's just different things we're going to do. But we've been walking around and just asking people like, what is your favorite horror film?
To be honest and kind of cliche, I go back to movies like Cujo, and then like The Shining. I do love Stephen King a lot. I grew up with him. I actually started reading Stephen King pretty early. I was like 8 years old. Yeah. I kind of grew up with my grandparents, and they were really big into books, and just every time Stephen King shot out a book, we were the first ones there to get it.
Nice. So a big Stephen King fan. I mean, and sometimes when it comes to movies or shows or whatever that they base on stuff, they can either hit it right on the nail or they can really miss really big, right? I mean, so that's your favorite one. Like you say The Shining, probably?
Yeah,
okay. All right, so what is the scariest movie you've ever seen?
I really enjoyed like not sense of scary, but more unsettling. I really enjoyed Midsummer.
That is great.
I really enjoyed that one because it's like a different type of horror. Hereditary, I liked that one. I watched that one actually recently, and I like that one. I like gory stuff too, so.
Hereditary didn't catch us. Like we went and watched it a couple of years ago. It had a lot of hype with it, and it just didn't. It wasn't one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's why it did take me a long time to watch it, but I finally did, and I see why people enjoyed it a lot.
I thought it had a lot of potential, and I thought it got to a point in the movie where it could have got really good, and then it wasn't. But Oh, each their own. Okay, so what is the worst horror film that you've ever seen?
As a joke, one time I watched Killer Sofa. Okay, so it's on Amazon right now. Killer Sofa, it's like exactly what it is. It's like an armchair, and someone buys it from like a flea market.
This sounds amazing.
And it kills them. And it's so funny, but it's horror, so I just it was something.
Did you feel like it wasted your time?
You know, I was home alone, had a little bit of wine, so that definitely did not waste my time. I love watching that kind of stuff sometimes, just because, you know, it's some form of entertainment, and I don't know. I just like knowing how bad stuff it can be.
So Killer Sofa, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we what we do is we have this thing that we have set up on an app on our phone or on her phone, and it's a wheel, and then we call it the Wheel of Death. And so what we do is we put movies on that people suggested to us or something. So Killer Sofa sounds like it needs to go on the list just because it sounds like it's so bad it's good. Like that's what it sounds like. Just even being called Killer Sofa sounds amazing. So,
oh, you know what a good one is?
What?
Tucker and Dale versus the Forces of Evil.
Love that.
That one is so good. It's so because it's like comedy, but it's horror, and it's so good. Yeah, that one's a fun one to watch. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's so funny because it's like Final Destination, but like rednecks. And, yeah.
Well, and we live in Arkansas, so we can kind of identify. So sometimes. All right. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed part 1 of our excursion, if you will, to Not Just Another Comic-Con in Sherwood, Arkansas. We got some more content from that to show you guys in part 2 in our next episode. So we definitely hope you've enjoyed it. And make sure, as always, you like and you share and you subscribe to our YouTube page, Scream Queenie.
And all the people that we'll be talking to, they have social media too, vendors, booths. So
we'll put their links in our
links.
Yeah, we'll put their
bio as well.
Yeah.
So follow them.
So we'll see you guys next time when we do part 2 and show you guys the rest of the experience that we got to have in the interviews, and we even got to interview each other. So that was that was pretty fun. So all right, well, once again, I'm Luke.
I'm Ainsley.
And we are
Scream Queenie.
We'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.